ever since Zoom decided to go extremely stingy with their storage allowances, this is the only feasible way to go, because as things stand, even 2 KTC meetings will not fit in Zoom's recording allowance. So we are live and yeah, we are live and in business. And at this point, I will hand over the charge to our Honorable President, Distinguished Toastmaster, Sarfraz Nazeem.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid, and welcome, fellow Toastmasters. And we don't have anyone that's a guest in the sense, where there are non-Toastmaster guests. So I won't go into the history of Toastmasters International, other than the fact that Toastmasters started in 1924. This year, Toastmasters International is celebrating its 100th anniversary. There'll be a special celebration during the Toastmasters International Annual Convention to be held in August in Anaheim, California, the state where Toastmasters International was born. Every now and then you may see a post where someone says, here's the Toastmasters International magazine, the month. Toastmasters International organization started in 1924, but 6 years later is when the first issue of Toastmasters International magazine called The Toastmaster came into existence. And until recently, we were getting paper copies or a printed copy of the Toastmasters magazine. And for the past few years, they have gone to digital. Now you just get an email saying that the Toastmasters magazine is available online. A noteworthy item is that even though the organization came into existence in 1924, it took 49 years for Toastmasters International and its members, all men, to allow female members into the organization. So it was 1973 when Toastmasters International officially opened its doors to females communicators. However, the first president from the female sex became president of the organization in 1985. However, she joined before Toastmasters allowed females to join the organization by filling in the application. And on her application, she simply put H instead of Helen, the first name, so that no one will know whether she is a male or a female. Helen Blanchett. She joined in 1973, and in 1985, she became the first female president of the organization. Since then, Toastmasters International has had several female international presidents. And do we have any announcements from previous meetings, TTM Talha?
Just give me a second. We can regards. Yeah. So first of all, there was no previous meeting. Instead, it was postponed to this week. And before that, we have just a second. Yeah. So the results from the previous meeting were not compiled. I compiled them and share them. But as a bit of special announcement, one of our members placed third in the district's international speech contest. And what's more, the other two, out of the other two, the national public speaking champion is essentially also a member of KDC. She is just not renewed for this month, but she has been an active member. So that is a great achievement for Karachi Toastmasters Club. And yes, that's pretty much it. There's also an announcement, which is that the nomination committee is at work, and I believe they will make their announcement next week, if I'm correct.
That's correct.
Yeah, so they will make the announcements next week, and after the week after that will be our election. So that's pretty much it, sir, and over to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And we have Toastmaster Hina and Toastmaster Hiba. The two are working on getting nominations for the 7 positions that are open. It's my understanding that some have already expressed a willingness to serve as a club officer. And so you are interested and you're not a paid member. You have to be a paid member in order to be an officer of the club. So you can make your payment and then talk to them about serving. At this time, I'm going to hand the control of the meeting over to our Toastmaster for the day, Distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz. Welcome, fellow Toastmasters. The theme for today's meeting is promises and commitments. As the little ones, we know, when we talk a lot about promises. Children say, oh, pinky promise. And we ask someone to do something and say, oh, yes, I'll do it. No, promise, pinky promise that you will do it. So when we become members of Toastmasters International, there's an 3-page application that is completed and filed with Toastmasters International. In that application, there's a box or block that's labeled a Toastmaster promise. This time, I'd like to go over that as someone joining the Toastmasters International organization, this is what we promised at the time we joined. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, currently the pathways, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs, and to act within Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. So that's what we promise when we join Toastmasters International. Unfortunately, some forget what the promise that they make as time passes by. And we'll be discussing a little bit more as the meeting progresses. As you already know, there are 3 segments or 3 parts of our meeting. The prepared speeches, followed by table topics, followed by the evaluation section. Before we move on to the prepared speeches, I would like to recognize our helpers or facilitators for today's meeting, starting with our timer, Distinguished Toastmaster Abin Ahmed. Briefly, would you tell us what our role is?
Thank you so much. So during the meeting, I'll be showing the timing cards, and this is what they look like. Whenever I show the green card, that means that you've met the minimum recommended time for a project. The yellow is for the intermediate time, and the red is for the maximum time. So for example, if a speech is 5 to 7 minutes, green is 5, yellow is 6, and red is 7. For table topics, it's 1 minute, 1.5, and 2. And for evaluations, it's 2, 2.5, and 3. Another role for timer is to keep an eye on the overall meeting timing, and whether it's going according to the correct pace, and to notify the TMOD if something needs to be corrected. When you see the red, that means that you have run out of time and you have to wind up your presentation within 30 seconds. Another result of exceeding your time would be that you will be disqualified from voting, and which allow me to segue into my role as a vote counter. So I'll be floating the poll at 5 different occasions during the meeting for best speaker, best evaluator, best big four, best table topics, and best facilitator. And you will need to vote. So if someone exceeds their time, they will not be part of that voting. Over to you, DTM Sarkams.
Thank you. And I guess we don't have our grammarians not with us.
Yeah, the role has been explained to him. So hopefully when he
Okay.
joins, he'll take it up.
He can go, okay. And he'll also provide the word. If he's also the word master, he can provide the word at that time.
We can ask, sir, we can ask Toastmaster Fiza if she can take up grammarian.
Okay.
Toastmaster Fiza, can you take up the grammarian role? Oh, our grammarian is here.
Yeah,
we have.
Welcome, Toastmaster Abdul Rahman. You are the grammarian for today's meeting. If you're ready, please unmute yourself and briefly let us know what your role is today as grammarian. Toastmaster Abdul Rahman. I guess our listener is not there, so maybe I guess he's muted. Our listener is not here. Toastmaster Fiza Aziz, are you with us? Toastmaster
Yes, she is, but she said that her internet is faulty.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes,
yeah, that's.
My internet is.
Oh, that's right. Yes, your voice is not coming out clear. Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Fiza. So I guess whenever
And so we have
available, so we'll just move on. I guess vote counter. We don't have vote counter, but the vote counter's job is to float the vote at the end of the prepared speeches, at the end of table topics, and at the end of the evaluations, and ask people to vote and then tally the votes and provide the results towards the end of the meeting. We don't have our listener. Once she joins the listener, we have our table topics evaluator is with us. It's good.
So we also have our
Toastmaster
counter, Toastmaster Tabassum. Yeah.
Tabassum. So Toastmaster Tabassum, would you like to take one of the roles?
Yes, she already has taken our counter.
Okay. Are you with us, Toastmaster Arfat Tabassum?
Yes, I am there.
You're the R counter. Would you briefly tell us what your role is as the R counter?
Okay, thank you, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My role as an R counter is to count the number of filler words used during your speeches. Words like you know, I know, I mean will be counted. At the end of the meeting, I'll be back to present my report. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tabassum. And we have with us our table topics master will be leading the table topic sections or coming up with the topics for the speakers during that segment. And we also have with us table topics evaluator Toastmaster Latif Mansoor, who will be evaluating the speeches given during the table topic section. We now move into our first segment, the prepared speeches. Our first speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Irfan.
Actually, sir, if you allow, can I do the joke master role?
Oh, sure. Okay, we have with us our joke master, DTM Talha. Okay.
So thank you so much, DTM Sarfraz. And Father's Day is coming. So in Father's Day honor, I have searched some good dad jokes. So I couldn't resist sharing them.
Okay.
So, okay. All right. So let's start. I once submitted 10 puns to a joke competition. I really thought that with that many, one was sure to be a winner. Sadly, no pun intended. So you got it? No pun intended one. So no pun intended. Why did the old man fall down the well? He couldn't see that well. I tried to make up a joke about horse, but I couldn't. I had plenty of spirit, but no body. What's the difference between a piano, a tuner, and a pot of glue? Me, I don't know. Dad, you can tune a piano, but you can't piano a tuner. Me, and what about the pot of glue? Dad, I knew you'd get stuck on that. And finally, two windmills were sitting on a hill. One asks the other, do you have a favorite song? The other replies, well, all my life I have been a heavy metal fan. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Talha. I will have to ask Toastmaster Anum about what your children thought about your dad jokes. Thank you once again. So I see we have our first speaker ready.
Yes.
So our first speaker is KTC's honorary member, distinguished Toastmaster Irfan Farooqi. He is not only an active member in District 122, he is now well known for his roof garden or the garden roof on his rooftop. Since he's been posting pictures of his rooftop and his garden on the roof, I took some pictures a few days ago of my garden. And before I could send them to him or post them, we had a hailstorm, size called, and the entire garden was destroyed. So we have pulled everything out and we are restarting the planting beans and okra for the time being. So unfortunately, there was no need to send the pictures, but I may send you some pictures that DTM Irfan Farooqi says before the storm and afterwards. DTM Irfan Farooqi is following the presentation mastery pathway. His speech is from level 2, understanding your leadership style. And the evaluation will be given by distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. DTM Talha, would you like to tell us the objectives of DTM Irfan's speech?
Thank you so much. Yes, in this project, any member is asked to answer a questionnaire on the Toastmasters website. And when they answer those questions, they're through a scoring system, they're communicated about their dominant leadership style and also their secondary and tertiary leadership styles. So this project is all about explaining the different styles of leadership and what is the style adopted by the speaker and what impact did it have on their lives. Now, they don't need to go through each leadership style. That's not necessary, but what's necessary is that they do explain that what kind of leadership style they have and what is their approach. The duration of this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you. Or sorry, let me invite. Yeah. So everyone, please put your hands together for distinguished Toastmaster Irfan Farooqi. I am a sheep. I am a sheep, DTM Irfan Farooqi.
Timer is Talha. You are the timer? All right. All right. Thank you very much. Dear fellow Toastmasters, if I request you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine the person whom you believe as a true leader. Just imagine the picture of the leader that you have in your mind. Who comes into your mind? Whose face pops up in your mind? Probably many of you would be calling Qaid-e-Azam, maybe Nelson Mandela, or other Mandelas. This is the same thought that I already had. Throughout my life, I was under the impression that to be a leader, you have to be a charismatic person. You have to have a personality that attracts everybody. You have to be a superhuman. While when I look at my own life, the lifestyle that I had, from my childhood till the grown-up age, I don't think I ever had those abilities and those characteristics that are generally considered associated with a leader. Let me share a few things about my life. For instance, in my family of 9 brothers and sisters, my number was 8th. And being so young to so elder people, my eldest sister was about 18, 20 years elder to me. Second brother was about 16, 17 years elder to me. With people so elderly with me in the family, I don't remember having taken any decision in my life. Whenever there was a situation, somebody would take decision on my behalf and would let the others do the things. The only thing that I did in my life was taking daily cooking material from the shops. Otherwise, I never did anything in my life. With such a dependency-based life, I never thought I can be a leader. I always thought I'm a follower. My life is sheep life. I'm a part of a crowd. Wherever everybody is going, I'm going with them. This continued. When I reached into college, I was in Government College, Lahore. I got the opportunity to participate in the union elections. But then somebody said, would you like to forego this election in favor of X? I was not willing to participate. I said, yes, okay, no problem. I'll not participate in the elections. Then when I was in FC College doing graduation from FC College, again got the chance. Again, same thing. I left the post for someone else because I thought I cannot lead the people. I don't have those abilities. I consider myself as a sheep. Then gradually, when I reached into the professional life, I got the opportunity to be on a position, which is a leadership position. And when I thought I'm a leader, I was not able to comprehend on it. How can I lead the people? How should I dictate people do this thing? How should I turn my soft voice into a harsh, ordering voice, telling people like the ex-president of America, you are fired. No, I don't have that tone. How will I become a leader? Then I went through evaluation process in the Toastmaster activity that analyzes the leadership styles. And when I analyzed my life, my decisions, I came to know that my leadership style is number 1, democratic. Number 2, as a coach. I was very surprised when I read the details of those people. What sort of a democratic leader is? What does he do? And I was so surprised that I can be a leader. I realized that leadership does not mean dictating people how to do a thing. It does not mean telling people, molding people into a fold. No, it is guiding people. It is taking people to a destination where they want to go. Now, how can you take them to a destination? You don't have to dictate them. You don't have to point out finger like that. You have to be a friend of them. To lead a group, you don't have to stand ahead of everybody. To lead a group, you can be a part of the team and lead from within, not from outside or not from the above side. Lead from within. And I thought, yes, this is one thing that I can do. The other thing that I realized from the coaching side is that leader is a person that switch on a torch in the dark night to let the people see the direction, the hindrances, the problems, so that they continue their journey safely, be able to reach to their destination. Yes, I thought this is what I am. This is what I can do. This is actually what I have been doing throughout my life. In the organization, professional life, sitting at the position of leadership, being a manager, a senior person in an organization, being in a position of leadership, I was not that leader, which is a charismatic leader, which is a person who everybody tries to follow. But yes, I was a person, my leadership style was the one that guides people, that helps them realizing the dreams they have in their minds, making them understand what they want to do, how they will do it. Thank you, Toastmasters, for letting me know that I am not a sheep, I am a leader. Back to you, dear. Sarfraz, you're muted.
Thank you, DTM Farooq, okay, for your speech. And I think that now we know about you and the sheep. And you are also evaluating this speech to be given by our next speaker, DTM Sarfraz Nazir, who is giving a speech from Presentation Mastery Level 2, second project, Write a Speech with Purpose. DTM Farooq, please tell us what the objectives of the speech are.
Just give me a second, please, and I'll share in a few seconds. Just, yeah. So Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir, distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir, rather multiple distinguished Toastmasters Sarfraz Nazir, has completed so many paths that I don't know which path would he be following now. And I believe that Toastmaster is going to introduce some new pathways for people like distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir. So he's going to present his level 1 project to writing a speech with purpose. And the purpose that he's going to discuss is promises and commitments and their importance. So his speech is very much aligned with the theme that he has selected in today's meeting. We would love to listen from him what he says about the promises, and we would like to evaluate his speech based upon the theme that he has selected for the speech, the purpose of the speech. I hand over the charge back to Toastmaster of the day to invite DTM Sarfraz Nazir for the speech. Back to you, sir.
common excuse that children offer their teachers when they come to school or to the classroom without their homework. Hey, teacher, I did my homework last night, but my dog ate my homework. Sometimes they don't even have a dog, but they still offer that excuse. Now, that excuse, dog eating the homework, does not work in Toastmasters. What made me think about promises and commitments is that I received a message saying some people are not available to attend the meeting or to be an officer because they have other commitments or they cannot commit their time to Karachi Toastmasters Club. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, promises and commitments have a profound impact on our lives. They are simple words, but these seemingly simple words carry immense weight. They shape our relationships, define our character, and influence our destiny. What is a promise? It is a verbal or written assurance. It is an agreement that you will fulfill an obligation. It is a pledge, often made with sincerity and good intentions. When we say, I promise to do X, Y, Z. When we promise something, we create an expectation that something will take place, something will happen. These are expectations that other people rely upon. Think of promises as a delicate thread that connects us to one another. They can be grand or mundane, but their impact resonates far beyond the spoken words. It reminded me of the time when I made a commitment and failed to keep it. Some of you heard me tell that story on May 18th. It was mid-80s. I was serving as the president of a local club of the Institute of Industrial Engineers. An officer from another club of the Institute of Industrial Engineers called me one day and said, our monthly meeting is in 2 weeks and we don't have a speaker. We would like to have you as our guest speaker and give a 1-hour presentation on the subject of productivity. At the time, I was very busy at work. I did not have time to prepare a 1-hour speech. But what I said, yes, I will do it. Instead of saying, sorry, I cannot commit. I'm too busy. Now, even though I said, yes, I will do it, I don't think I had any intention to really doing it because I didn't pay attention to it during the next 2 weeks. And then the day of the meeting arrived. Meeting was at 7 in the evening. That morning, I had no speech. So I called that officer and said, I'm sorry. I won't be able to make it to your meeting tonight. See, the meeting was about 1 hour away from my place of work. So I have a meeting this evening, and that meeting at work might run late, so I won't be able to make it. That was an excuse. You could see the disappointment in that person's voice, even though I could not see his face. Now, my call to that person to say, I won't be able to make it to the meeting, that means they do not have a speaker for that meeting. It's not the end of the world, but it makes them look bad. Hey, we don't have a guest speaker for today's meeting. What were they going to do for 1 hour or at least 45 minutes? I had made a commitment and I failed to keep it. And sometimes when we have no intentions of keeping the commitment or keeping our promise, we exaggerate. In this case, instead of saying, sorry, I can't make it, and then ending the call, I went on to say, I have my speech ready. I'm so sorry that I cannot make it. And he said, good, next month we don't have a speaker. Why don't you come next month and give the speech? Now I had made a second commitment. And this time I knew that I could not say again, sorry, I am having a meeting. I won't be able to make it. So why do we make commitments? We make commitments because we have good intentions, but then we know we are busy. We're not going to be able to make it. last year in one of the clubs in Texas, became a member. She said, oh, I contact our customers over the phone, so I have to communicate with them. So this would be good for me to be a member of Toastmasters and be able to communicate better. She attended 2 or 3 meetings, gave an icebreaker speech, and then stopped coming. When it was time to renew membership, I called. And she said, oh, no, I'm taking classes. I won't have time to attend meetings, so I'm going to drop my membership. Hey, when she joined, she knew what her situation was. Why did she join? After giving one speech, and the evaluator said, hey, you did a great job. She thought, hey, that's good enough. So why is it important to keep our promises? Because it builds trust and reliability. When we keep our promises, trust blossoms. Consistent commitments builds a reputation for reliability. Keeping promises and commitment matters because of our emotional well-being. When we fulfill our promises, it brings joy and fulfillment. It reinforces our integrity. When we fail to meet our commitments, it takes us away from our purpose. But when we meet commitments, it provides us a sense of purpose. And what happens when we don't keep commitments? As broken promise chips away at trust, it leaves scars that may never heal. Failing to honor a commitment shatters that trust that we have built with our relationships. Reflecting on unkept promises teaches us humility. It reminds us of our fallibility. Breaking commitments forces us to confront our value. It reveals our true character. So let us remember that our promises and commitments are not mere words. They are reflections of our souls. When we promise, we plant seeds of hope. When we commit, we cultivate the garden of our integrity. So let us choose wisely, honor our words and our commitments, and don't commit when you know you won't be able to keep that commitment. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you. That was our second prepared speech, and now we move on to our third and final speech that will be delivered by distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid, who is currently serving as Vice President of Education for KTC. At the same time, he's VP Education for 2 other clubs, WordWise and Quantum Leap. He's also serving as the Manager of Public Relations for 2023-2024 District 122. He is a past president of KTC. He's giving a speech from the Presentation Mastery, Level 1, Project 3, Evaluation Feedback. Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali will be evaluating speech. Toastmaster Latif, would you please tell us the objectives of DTM Talha's speech?
I apologize. I will evaluate, but is it okay if someone else can read the objectives? I'm driving. Sorry.
Okay, no issues. I think
Okay, so-
I will read the. Okay, or DTM Sarfraz, you can. It's just evaluation and feedback.
Yeah, evaluation feedback. There are 2 projects in level 1. This is speech number 1, where the speaker gives a speech and receives feedback or evaluation from a fellow member. And the purpose is to listen to that evaluation and adopt some of the improvements that are mentioned in, and repeat that speech as a set for the second time, in incorporating some of those evaluation points. So this is speech number 1, giving a speech on any topic of their choosing. The title of the speech is Automotive Metamorphosis. Automotive Metamorphosis, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid.
Okay, can I ask someone to time this? Or maybe I can put up a block myself.
Okay, I'll do a timing for you.
Abrar Wani is
Oh.
going to Toastmaster
Oh,
Abrar Wani.
thank you so much. Sincerely grateful, Toastmaster Abrar. So, okay. I'll be sharing my screen. Right. Yeah. Just give me a second. Let me share. Yeah. Okay. Can everyone see my background?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. So let me start my speech. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, they say that marriages are made in heaven. But when you look at most marriages, you start to wonder, if this is heaven, what would hell be like? But there is one relationship that all of us have that is sincere, that is long lasting, that is full of love and care, other than marriage. And that is the relationship with our car. Have you ever considered that perhaps you and your car are also a match made in heaven? Don't believe me? Let me show you. This is the first car bought by my father. Now, my father was a PhD in organic chemistry from the UK. And just like him, this car, Mazda 1500, it is considered one of the masterpieces of its time. It is reliable, tough, understated, dignified, and just like my father, a bit of a miser when it comes to fuel consumption. But the special touch is, and I bet that most of you did not know this car was actually designed by Italian design house Bertone. Similarly, my father was partially designed by a European university. We had this car for many years, and without a doubt, I could say that no matter what car I see or sit in or drive, this remains my most beloved automobile. Now, this is a tiny car, very flexible, able to maneuver through small spaces. But it blew up its engine once upon a time, and it caught fire as well. It does not make much noise, but when it wants to go fast, it can get very noisy. So, no points for guessing that this car belongs to my better half. Look at the similarities. It's simple, it's clean, it's elegant, but it can get very noisy, and it can catch fire when needed as well. This car is much more than it looks. It appears very simple, but it's a masterpiece of elegant design. You wouldn't know it, but it has a Tiptronic transmission. That means that it has a manual transmission, but it can also go automatic, and both modes coexist at once. It is very efficient, very economical, requires very low maintenance. It has got superb after-sales network. There are some weird aspects to this car. For example, I can't agree with the placement of rear lights in this car. To me, that's a fundamental design flaw. But everywhere else, this car is simple and very decent and down to earth. So, of course, this car belongs to my best friend and soulmate, Toastmaster Imran. You can spot the similarities, I bet. And finally, this car. First, the positives. It is very generous. It can accommodate a lot of people. But sometimes it gets too big for its own size. It's a struggle to fit it into many parking lots. And it likes to pose. It appears as an off-roader, but in reality, it is a perfectly ordinary car with an off-roader shape. It has got no off-roading hardware. It likes to pretend. It is an imposter. It also is very high maintenance. Its spare parts are very expensive, and it does not sip fuel, it guzzles fuel. So of course, it's my car. And finally, this car. I met this car and its owner in Islamabad. And this car is colorful. It is weird. It is exotic. It has got all sorts of gadgets inside it. When you step inside, it's like a neon light show. It is very fast. In fact, it is so fast that you start fearing for your life. But at the same time, it is also a hybrid. It can run on petrol and electricity. It can switch modes on the fly. It can fit into every situation. And it is this amazing shade of purple that you do not see anywhere else. Can you guess who this car belongs to? Any guesses? I already gave you a hint.
Hamid.
No, it does not. Actually, it belongs to distinguished Toastmaster Aram Rizvi. And when I saw it, those were the first words out of my mouth. That DTM Aram, this car is you on wheels. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, it may appear weird to you all, but I've been seeing this connection between people and their cars all my life because I happen to be something of a car nerd. And it is amazing. So far, I haven't been able to decide whether a person chooses a car or a car chooses a person. Based on these examples, I believe that, in fact, there is some divine force that brings people and their cars together. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. Okay, for a while we'll ponder whether we choose the car or car chooses us. And a little while ago, distinguished Toastmaster Irfan Farooqi said about pathways. There are 11 pathways that Toastmasters is now reducing them to 6, down from 11. Once you complete all 11 pathways, you have the option of repeating the pathways. Now, in the past, before pathways, the education program was CC, Competent Communicator. Before that, when I first joined Toastmasters in 1993, program was CTM, Competent Toastmaster. And once you completed your CTM 10 speech projects from the basic manual, you received a certificate that you are a competent Toastmaster. And after that, you went to advanced ATM, Advanced Toastmaster, bronze, silver, and gold by completing 2 advanced manuals, such as storytelling, speaking to inform, and each manual had 5 speeches. You also had the option of repeating the 10 speeches from the competent Toastmaster. And when you completed, Toastmasters International gave you a pin that says CTM again. And each time you completed your CTM, you received a star to show that you are continuing to. And the reason for repeating the CTM agent, you're repeating the basics of public speaking. And the more you repeated it, the better communicator you became. The good thing was the first manual came at no cost as part of your $20 new member fee that you paid. The advanced manual, after you complete CTM, first one came at free of cost. Then you could purchase the other manuals if you wanted to. But if you repeated your CTM, or later on when the program changed to CC, Competent Communication, you could repeat those basic manual speeches at no cost. You just simply complete it, and then you fill the form and send it to Toastmasters International through your VP education that you complete. Now, in order to get credit and give credit to the club for giving a pathway speech, you must purchase each time you do that. So when you complete 11 pathways, you have paid for 10 pathways. The first one is free, part of the membership fee. It's $20 plus $1.65 tax in my case. And then I've gone on to repeat it 4. So the 15 pathways cost me about $300. So now when I give a speech, it's always a pathway speech, but it's not going anywhere in the sense that I'm no longer officially entering it as a project. Because I figured there's a time you have to cut off giving $20 plus $165, total of $165 to Toastmasters for no reason. And the good thing is, when I looked at the Toastmaster promise that I read earlier, it does not say, it says you will follow the education program. It does not say that you will keep paying $20 to Toastmasters International for pathways. So that means that there was no promise made. So in this case, there's no unbroken promise. Fellow Toastmasters, that concludes our prepared speeches segment. We'll now move on to the second segment of our meeting, which is the table topics. DTM Talha has already posted the vote for the best speaker. Please take a moment and vote for the best speaker based on who met their objectives of the speech. Our table topics master, who will lead the table topics section, is well known for her responses to table topics questions. I've known for over 2 years, ever since I joined KTC. She has been somewhat of an active member of KTC when it comes to attending meetings. Even though she is a new mother, we have seen her join the meeting and respond to a table talks question while holding her child in her lap and other one standing next to her. Please help me welcome our table topics master for today's meeting, Mariam Aftab Kidwai.
Hi. Can you see me? Yeah. Hello, everyone. Now, as you know, that I'm your table topic master, and all the Toastmasters I can see over here. So they all are very well aware of what we do in the table topics. So I will not waste any time further to that thing. So I'll be calling my first speaker, Abrar Wani. Hi.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. You look ready, but are you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
Okay, that's good. So my topic for you would be a promise you regret. A promise you regret.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab. A promise that I regret. हमेशा देर कर देता हूं मैं, अधूरी बात कहनी हो, कोई वादा निभाना हो, उसे वापस बुलाना हो, हमेशा देर कर देता हूं मैं. My dear Toastmaster fellows and distinguished guests, These beautiful lines actually resonate with my heart and with my personality. Like any other individual in my life, I always determined to do too many things. And for that, I made too much commitment as far as my capability is concerned. And most of the time, I feel myself behind that timeline to meet that promise or commitment. Like in today's speech, Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir, that many times I commit too many things with the Toastmaster, but due to the one reason or the other, sometime I become unable to reach at that moment. That particular thing I regret not one time, but on a regular basis. So it's one promise, but a habit that I'm actually possessing within myself, within my individuality, that I wanted to do too many things in my life. I make too many commitments that sometimes I feel it is very hard to meet, like a hard nut to crack. So, ladies and gentlemen, though it is not a good habit, but at least something is positive that I am progressing towards making commitment that I wanted to do something for myself and the people around me. When I joined Toastmaster, I made a promise with myself that by very first year, I'll be the national champion. But हमेशा देर कर देता हूं मैं. I couldn't. Then second year, I couldn't. And the third year, I became able. So the message I received from this, that a continuous struggle and continuous, what should I say, a continuous process of going forward can also lead you towards success. So I urge every individual, do promise, but keep in order to make a successful ending. Thank you very much.
Very nicely done. हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ मैं. What a beautiful start, I would say. Now, my next speaker is, can I call Fiza? Are you available? Are you there?
Yes, I'm available.
Hi, Fiza. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. For you, love is a promise that lasts forever. Love is a promise that lasts forever.
Thank you for the table topic master. Love is a promise that lasts forever. What can I say? It is in the lines, love is a promise. See, when you love somebody, you make a commitment of loving someone. You're giving them your heart and your soul and your entire being to them. You think about them and you know that love is everything. Love is like breathing. Love is like promise. Love is a commitment. And love is very special. Not everyone are blessed with love in our life. So many people are living without love and craving for the love. But what I say, when you love someone, you make a promise to them. You make a promise to them that they become your part of a soul. And this is a promise, it's the most beautiful promise in the world. Even when sometimes love is not reciprocated, but again, it is a promise that you keep within yourself. You understand the ups and downs, you understand the soul of that person, you understand how that person is, you know what they are, what they like, and it becomes a promise itself. So, love is a promise, it can never be broken. And if it's true love, it can never ever be broken, even beyond the life. Thank you, fellow Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Fiza. Now, I would like to call Imran Sahab. Sir, are you ready? You are the timer for this. Yeah. Where's Toastmaster Salah? Imran Sahab?
I'm timing.
Imran has switched on the background. Imran Rana, please,
Ah,
please clear the background.
he's showing us
The
a green
background is
flag.
Yeah.
Showing me a green flag. Come on, sir. Means you are ready.
I hope I'm
Okay.
audible.
Yeah, you are. Okay. So it's a phrase, and then you can deny this and whatever you want to say about it. Okay. It is not about how badly you want it. It is about how hard you are willing to work for it. It is not about how badly you want it. It is about how hard you are willing to work for it.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master, for giving me such a difficult topic. Okay. Every time I run away from table topic speeches, although it is really necessary for me to 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 ask the table topic master to please give this topic to me or consider me in the table topic speeches. It feels like that I really wanted to speak in table topic speeches, but what do I say? Okay, but it is quite important because up till now I'm still struggling with my confidence and with my public speaking skills. So I won't say that I really I badly want this, but it becomes quite necessary for me to speak in every table topic speech so that I could some confidence to speak in front of the audience, and in future if I get a chance to face the interview, I would be better enough to handle those questions as I'm trying to answer your topic. So over to you, table topic master.
Very well said. I think this is more like a fear. It's that we all are fighting to speak ourselves out, to make people listen. That's the most important thing. And you're doing great. Now, can I call DTM Irfan Faruqi, sir?
Well,
Yes,
actually,
sure.
since
Why not?
DTM Irfan has been a speaker too, but we have relatively few. So yeah, you can talk. Over.
I can call him. Okay. So, sir, are you ready?
Yes, yes.
A promise you wished you have kept.
Thank you very much. And let me tell you one thing. Maybe it would not be very good to talk about this topic, but the first thing that has come into my mind, I'm going to talk about that. When I got married, I was taking my wife into the car. We were both sitting on the back seat, and we had to drive 7 hours to reach home. And one thing I had prepared myself, I had a cassette, that was a cassette age. I had a cassette put in the car, and I had made the driver understand how he will do it. As soon as we touched the highway, I pointed out to the driver, I said, okay, go ahead. And he inserted the cassette, and I said to my wife, listen, this song is for you. And that song was Aachal ke tujhe main leke chalun. एक ऐसे गगन के तले जहां गम भी ना हो, आंसू भी ना हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार पड़े. It has been 30 years, and when I look back, I see that I couldn't make up to my promise. I was never able to give that support to my wife that I had promised her. And I had promised by myself. Nobody had told me to do so. I did that promise. I said that I will support you. Then there will be no sorrow in your life. There will be no tears in your life. I tried to a lot of events, particularly when she was sick. But in so many occasions, I couldn't support her. And there is a very good thing that I can talk about it, that she is not in home right now. She has just gone to see some people, and I am very free to talk on this topic, because otherwise I would have been very conscious, should I say it or shouldn't I say. You are all my friends. I can tell you, this is the one promise I regret I couldn't fulfill in my life. Back to you, tabletop master.
So when you just put the cassette on, the song came and you were going for a ride, where you were taking her to her in-laws?
I was taking her from the in-laws to my home, to her in-laws.
Yeah. That's why. Okay, now can I call Abdul Rahman? Are you there, sir?
Yeah, hi.
Assalamu alaikum. So should I give you the topic?
Yes, please.
Okay. So face is just, if you want to deny whatever you comes to your mind, you can say about it. Okay. When you make a commitment, you create hope. When you keep a commitment, you create trust. When you make a commitment, you create hope. When you keep a commitment, you create trust.
Yeah. Thank you, Table Topic Master, for giving me such a nice topic. Well, I strongly agree with the words. When you accept or when you create, you certainly create hope. Basically, whenever you give assurance for doing something or make a commitment with someone, you engage your audience and you engage your person whom you are doing this commitment. He is counting on you for reverting the same way, like you give your words to him or her. But many times it happens that whenever you give your words or your commitment to someone, you can't keep, like various, so many time in a day, like in this firefighting life sort of life which we are living in now, where things are coming across to you from out of nowhere, which you never expect that things are coming from this way also. So in this era, it seems too difficult to meet any of your commitment. But whenever in these days, whenever I make any commitment to anybody, I never ask someone to count on me. Just give me a 50-50. If I'll be able to do this, I will certainly do this for. But if you have got any other option, start looking at that also. So life is getting very tough. Like at the end of the day, when you are going to your bed, you can easily say, घड़ी की फुर्सत नहीं है और टके का फायदा नहीं. So when you end up your day, you believe that the whole day was wasted. The things you planned for today, you could not manage to do that, but hundreds and thousands of many other commitments which came across, and you have to face them, and you have to live the life of fire, like of fire. You have to live the life of a firefighter. So yes, the words are very beautiful. By accepting a commitment, you are certainly creating a hope, but it's very, very bad if you are not keeping your words. And when you are betraying the trust of somebody, it's giving a more harsh to someone. So it would be better if you unable to, if you are thinking, okay, you won't be able to do this, and you are saying, Inshallah, I will do this. With sometime you are giving the message between the line that you don't want to do this, but if Allah will, if Allah will do this, then it will be done. But you yourself are not interested for doing so. So if things are such, then it's better not to enter into any commitment, and not to not to um not to keep someone in the dark when you are planning yourself that you won't do this. So this is all from my side. Thank you, Tabletop Master.
Very well said. You have explained it in your own words. Thank you so much for this. Now my next can I call Kareem sir, Toastmaster Kareem Meghani. I saw you. I wrote your name also.
He's no longer with us. He
No,
dropped off.
he just left this chat.
Yeah, I
Not
don't
in
think
house.
he is there now. So you can move
Okay.
on to.
Can I call Toastmaster Fahim? Fahim Raza, Toastmaster Fahim.
Hi.
I think you are ready. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? Why do we need promise or commitments in our life?
To break them.
Okay. Thank you, Table Topic Masters. Why do we need promises and commitment in our life? I think without that, we are probably living a meaningless life, right? These are the commitments, the promises that we keep ourselves and the direction in our life. So, for example, at the start of each year, like with so many other people around the world, I make a promise to myself, like this is the year that I'm going to focus on my health, my discipline, and many other things, and going to be nice to my spouse. At least I make promises. I do break them as I go along. But if I had not made those promises, I wouldn't have any direction to go in, right? So I guess it's extremely important to make promises. Now coming to commitments, I think commitments build trust. If in just your previous question where you said what happens if you don't keep the commitments? Well, first of all, when you make a commitment, is you're giving assurance to somebody or to yourself. And when you keep that commitment, you build trust. So to get to trust, you have to have a commitment. And without commitment, you can't get to trust. And without trust, I guess there isn't any relationship, whether it's a relationship between husband and wife, between family, with anyone. So commitment is extremely important, and so are promises. With that, over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think your wife is in the room too.
I will give her this recording though.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, for my last topic, can I call Rafat, Toastmaster Rafat Mubin? Toastmaster Rafat.
She is away, perhaps. Toastmaster Rafat, are you there?
A few moments ago, both brothers and sisters, they were there.
Yeah, maybe they. Toastmaster Rafat, are you there?
We also have Toastmaster Alpha with us.
Yeah, we can move on.
Okay. Toastmaster Alpha.
I am there.
Yeah. Okay. A self-promise. A promise that you have made for yourself, a self-promise.
Thank you, the Table Topic Master, for calling me. But I am working on improving my ability to think on my feet. But I don't feel quite ready to participate this time. I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to learning from the other speakers.
Okay. Thank you so much. No problem. Sorry. I think with that we should end this one, or is there anyone left?
I think we can perhaps try Toastmaster Rafat again. Toastmaster Rafat, are you there? Yeah, if not, I think we can. Oh,
Okay.
she's there. Toastmaster Rafat, yeah. Toastmaster Rafat. You just unmuted. We saw you.
Maybe having difficulties.
Maybe there's some connectivity issue because Toastmaster Rafat always participates very
Yeah,
confidently.
sure, no doubt. So okay. So that's all from my side. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mariam Aftab, for those thought-provoking topics associated with our theme. And in a few minutes, DTM Talha will be floating the best tabletop speaker vote. Take a moment and vote for the best tabletop speaker. Talking about promises and commitments, I received some messages where they said there's one person who said he's started a new job and he has to work late, etc., blah, blah, blah. And I thought that's the wrong way to approach your work. If you're starting a new job and if you're getting paid for the extra hours, that's one thing. You need the money, that's great, you're getting extra money. But if you are on a salary and you're putting extra hours without getting extra benefits, other than the fact that, hey, you can work late and do extra work, you're setting that with your boss or boss's boss that, hey, I'm available anytime you want me to. I'll work late if I have to. Now, to me, it looks like on a regular basis, you should not be working late. You're supposed to balance family and your work life. Once in a while, there are instances where you have to work late. But Toastmaster meetings, in many cases, are weekly meetings. KTC has weekly meetings. So once in a while, you can say, hey, I won't be able to attend the meeting because I have to work late. But 52 Wednesdays during the year, you say, oh, I have to work late. Something's wrong in your work relationship, your relationship between you and your boss or your organization. If you are willing to take on work, because others say, oh, sorry, I have other obligations, I have to leave on time. And the boss comes, okay, hey, you don't have anything to do, why don't you? You are picking up monkeys from other people. So your boss says, oh, here's something that I want you to do. I have to go home because my wife is expecting me to go out and have dinner with her. So I'm going, but you Sarfraz, stay late and work. And I go, okay, so now I've taken my boss's monkey that he put on my back. And then another friend comes on, hey, tomorrow, Wednesday evening, we are going out for dinner. Hey, why don't you join us? We haven't seen you in a while. Let's catch up. So I said, okay, I'll come, forget the meeting. So now I've taken my friend's monkey on my back. Then you have kids. Hey, you were supposed to take us to the park. Okay, now I've got another monkey. My kids have put on my back. And you've lost Toastmaster. So raise your hand if you've heard Toastmaster Talha bin Hamad, our distinguished Toastmaster, saying, Toastmaster will get you there. Toastmaster Fahim Razak, can you sing that one line, Toastmaster will get you there? I was going to ask DTM Talha, but I think he's away from me. So I'll let you do it, Toastmaster Fahim Razak. Please unmute and sing that one line.
I'm going to spoil this song for you, but here it goes. Toastmaster will get you there.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Toastmasters will get you there, but monkeys won't get you there. Monkeys won't get you there. Because if you keep on taking monkeys on your back from everyone, your children, your spouse, your parents, your boss, your boss's boss, your friends, you'll never have time to do anything else. Now, one person told me that, hey, I work now, and when I come home, if it's Wednesday, 7 o'clock, I open my laptop and my kids are going to say, oh, you just came home from work and now you're opening your laptop. If the kids have a problem when you open your laptop for a meeting, shouldn't they have a problem when you open your laptop every evening for WhatsApp and you see happy birthday to so-and-so, happy birthday to you, everybody. That takes time to read those posts and say happy birthday to everyone. Or some say, oh, congratulations, DTM Irfan, you just got your DTM, your second or third DTM. Okay, then we are saying, congratulations, DTM Irfan, great job. Oh, it shows dedication. Congratulations. That takes time. Strange thing that the kids only have a problem when you open your laptop for meeting, but not any other time when you're doing your social posts or reading social posts. It simply means, when we say promise commitment, we have been talking about it. It only takes 2 or maybe 3 hours once a week. You can't tell me that every week you do not have 3 hours to spend for a meeting. If you don't have time to prepare a speech, that's fine. At least you can just attend, take up a facilitator role, or evaluate another person's speech. They require extra time other than just attending, especially when the meeting is online or hybrid. All KTC meetings are either online only once in a while. In most cases, they're hybrid. So if you cannot come in person, just go home from between 7 and 9 hours, join for a while. So it's a matter of priority. Set your priorities straight. You cannot ignore your family. You cannot ignore your work and your bosses, but you must be willing to balance. Otherwise, you'll get stressed out or burned out. We have now completed our first segment, prepared speeches, and our second segment, table topics. We'll now move on to our third segment, which is the evaluation, during which the evaluators will provide feedback to the speakers, and then our general evaluator will provide an overall evaluation of the meeting as a whole. So please help me welcome our general evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmaster Imran Rana. He is also a past admin manager for District 122, past officer, including VP Education of KTC, is a mentor to several Toastmasters within Karachi and District 122. Over to you, Toastmaster Imran Rana.
Thank you so much. I'm sure I'm audible and visible.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for such a wonderful introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, now we are in our third segment, that is the evaluation segment. We all need feedback so that we can improve and do better next time. So this segment consists of evaluation of prepared speeches, then we're going to have table topic evaluation, and then we take reports from the facilitator, and finally I'll give my brief evaluation about the overall meeting. So let's jump in. So today we have 3 prepared speeches and all 3 were amazing. The best thing about those prepared speeches were all the 3 speakers are distinguished Toastmasters. So the first speaker was DTM Irfan Farooqi, and he was evaluated by our VP Education, DTM Talha. So I request DTM Talha to please share your evaluation about DTM Irfan's speech. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Journal Evaluator. Toastmaster Irfan Farooqi, you started with audience engagement by asking them a question, and it was a refreshing start because this project potentially can be very narcissistic. Understanding one's leadership style means that one has the opportunity to talk about oneself throughout the speech. But instead, you involve the audience, which especially in this project, I really, really liked. You started with good storytelling. You set up a whole world around your childhood in a household full of siblings where there was difference between ages, and you being quite younger compared to your sisters. It was all very relatable, and one could already see that where this was leading leadership-wise. So good bit of structure, I would say. Your ideas throughout were very clear, and the way you linked it with your real life at every stage. You were courageous enough to show your entire transformation from that of a sheep to a leader. And what I loved the most was that you informed us that leadership is not dictation, it's not force, it is actually guidance. And really, that's what Toastmasters is all about: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Leadership can be done from behind as well. Leadership can be done without leadership as well. So, beautiful symphony of ideas, subtle transformation from a sheep to a leader. And when you said that, I was surprised that I could be a leader. We all were there with you, and we were reveling in that transformation of yours. It was so natural. You built up the story so well that we were all emotionally invested. A few improvement areas. First of all, you were standing still throughout the speech. Maybe some movement would have been welcome. Secondly, you named your speech, I'm a sheep, but in the end, you said that I'm not a sheep. So there was a slight bit of contradiction. Maybe the title could be amended a little bit, and it could be the life of a sheep or something like that, that hinted at transformation. And we couldn't see the illustration of a sheep used during your speech. Perhaps a sentence or two about why you call yourself a sheep. What are the good and worth improving traits of a sheep? So yeah, sheep are obedient, they are resourceful, they are even very beneficial, but they can also be, they can also fall victim to, following someone blindly. So you could have elaborated on that. And when you said that I was surprised that I could be a leader, that could have used more drama and more build-up to show your actual delight at that discovery. Overall, great speech. All project objectives met. Just a little bit of elaboration about sheep and, a little bit of vocal variety at the revelation would have been more than welcome. Over to you, General Velvet.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful feedback. Our second speaker was DTM Sarfaraz Nazeer, and he was evaluated by DTM Irfan Farooqi. His evaluator was Irfan Farooqi. So I request Irfan Farooqi please share your evaluation. The stage is yours.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, and it is really an honor to evaluate the speech of distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazir, because to evaluate him is not give him any feedback on his speech. Rather, it is the ability, I believe, it is the honing of my evaluation techniques, my evaluation style. It is my own learning. Definitely, I would not be able to add anything to DTM Sarfraz Nazir, because he is a master of speaking. To start with his special topic that he has selected upon promises, I totally agree that the way he built the story, the way he explained the topic and related whole of his speech with the topic, he has justified his speech to be called for that specific purpose. If I talk about your confidence, your speaking style, and it would be of no value at all. Let me talk a few things for everybody's learning. For instance, I would say the best part in your speech was your vocal variety. The way you explained, used a few words, all, and when you promised, obviously, yes, I will do your that style. And when you break the promise and you said that I have my speech ready, the tone, I have my speech ready. These were the very good, excellent way of using your vocal variety. Few things that I additionally liked about your content was that you said at one time that when you do a promise, you create an expectation. And let me share one thing, that there is a whole model, service quality model, that called serve qual model. And that says that customer expectation starts from what you say. And exactly the same thing is that what you were saying. When you make a promise, you make an expectation, and then you are evaluated against your expectations. Overall, your voice was very clear. Your vocal variety was very good. You were absolutely focused on what you were saying. You delivered your speech with very comfort. But we had been talking one thing about you regularly, which you need somehow to improve, is your camera angle and your body position. I don't know whether you were standing or sitting, but your half top body was visible to us, because in a few different speeches you showed us, now I am standing, and still that I've seen that room of yours, which is not very wide, but it is long. So try to keep yourself away from the camera so that we can see your body movement. Overall, very focused speech, very energetic, and very persuasive speech. But your body language would have added a lot to it. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, DTM Irfan Farooqi, for such a wonderful feedback. But after a few minutes, you will be a dead man. Because one time I remember I suggested the same thing, and up till now, I received the feedback, or I received those consequences.
Yes, I had listened to that evaluation, and the way you were granted by DTM Sarfraz.
So welcome to the club. So our third speaker was DTM Talha, and his evaluator was Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, our third place winner, mashallah, district champ, third place winner. So now I would give the charge to Toastmaster Latif to share his evaluation about DTM Talha's speech. The stage is yours.
Okay. Am I audible? Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Imran Rana, distinguished audience, and a special greetings to distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid for introducing such a wonderful, simple statement, actually, I should say, not a message, a statement which you feel you are truly connected with it and made sure that everyone believes it. I'm not sure how much you were involved with the speech. Were you able to see the audience? But if you were able to see me, I was continuously smiling, enjoying each and every, the model, the way you express, the charm you put into that presentation, which was like heaven when you say it. And somehow I was relating this personal experience of mine. Just for the audience knowledge, the car I own now, I sold it in COVID time, and somehow it again came to me. So, so, I was just thinking that really it doesn't happen that way. Um, the words, the sentiments, the beautiful languages used was remarkable. Now, when we had so many things and that speech was so connected, I felt that one good example of having, um, as in every speech, there is a body where we say that that there should be asking questions. So I would have suggested, like, had that car which you elaborated, distinguished Toastmaster Anam Kadri, so well. How about having it the same impact on, you were thinking that, had this car had dent, how Imran Rana thinks it about that car, about himself. Was it matching it? It is just adding it to more joy to your speech. It was nothing taking away from what you have delivered. It was amazing. I felt that such simple topics should be part and parcel of life, which we always think about it. But I felt that the speech can go a next level had it only 2-3 models. Like, for example, your close ones. Maybe should not go with that 2024 model of hybrid DTM ERM, or because we generate ourselves to the people. If more characters come into the speech, we lost the momentum. So if you had it like, this car was brought by my father and he was that cruel person, or that stinging, the word I don't want to, I don't correctly say it. It would have made the sense, like, yes, and I correlate with this with my car also in that way. So amazing speech, well delivered, good use of language and composition. Just last one message, little less character would have made it more impactful. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
I forgot that I was the general evaluator. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif.
Sorry. Were you thinking about your car accident?
No, I was thinking about your accident. Okay, thank you so much for such a wonderful evaluation. Now I would request the timer if all the evaluators are qualified.
Yes, they are. I am about to float the poll.
That's great. So everyone is requested to cast your vote for the best evaluation. And in the meantime, it's now time to call the table topic evaluator, and today's table topic evaluator is none other than Toastmaster Latif Mansoor. The stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Once again, may I request everyone to switch on their cameras, if possible, for just 2 to 3 minutes? And there is a reason behind this. The table topic master, or the topic master, made sure that it puts the heartbreak messages to each and every one. And that is true, because whenever the commitment and promises comes, we always remember first what we did with our close ones, what we did with our relatives, how well we perform our promises. So we will start with distinguished Toastmaster Abrar Wani. the way you delivered the speech. First, I thought that I am in a Urdu contest. Well, beautifully explained that that poetry, I should say, shairi, the way you have articulate that terms with your personal life, with your personal ambitions, your personal efforts, what you have made it for that next 3 years to be what we call it the Park champion. It is really remarkable. It made us believe that no matter what happens, if you believe in yourself, we are there. So I loved it, that no problem, you regret your promises, but keep promising. That will put you on track. Toastmaster Fiza is not around for her speech. I hope she sees her recording. Her topic was love is a promise that lasts forever. A wonderful message that everyone is looking for love. Everyone wants to be cared. Everyone wants to be, thoughtful, engaged, and everything. But I felt that the message was not truly conveyed with an incident or an experience. Toastmaster Imran was touched by the topic. It is not about how badly you want it, it is how hard you want it. And it is no wrong, because if you are brave enough to express that I am taking these topics just to participate, just to be more confident in interviews, it gives us a message that what this Toastmasters platform gives. It gives you the confidence of delivering into the real world. So just one, if I have to give you only one thought, don't wait to complete the sentence. If you feel that you have missed the train or you have jumped out of the bus, just start from whatever conclusion you're thinking at, because that breaks the momentum where I was truly connected with you, that this time I promise that I will be taking more table topic speeches so that I can qualify for the interviews ahead of my career and future prospects. Toastmaster Irfan, a promise you never keep. Again, melody was there, the personal touch was there, the commitment you showed towards the topic you shared. But I feel the moment when you said that I think the life partner is not around so that you can speak to your friends, I feel this was not it. Had she heard your speech, I'm sure today you are be served with the best dinner, because this is what you were accepting it. I mean, acceptance is not easy. Enjoyed the speech, the way you delivered, and why not, if we have still life there and we can still give the caring back to her, a promise we can always remember to keep, will make us more strength in the relationship growth, actually, I should say. Thank you very much for enlightening. If I have to give one small message, was that you should not say that it was not, she is not around, because you were talking, you were speaking your heart out. It showed that love for you, that somewhere you thought that you left her when she was not well. Thank you very much. Toastmaster Abdul Rahman, love the way you expressed, when you make a commitment, you create hope, and when you keep a commitment, you keep trust. And Toastmaster, I think Mariam already asked you that you can stand anywhere of this platform you wish, and you said it that I don't want to commit, keep me 50-50, keep me as a backup. I don't keep myself available for the promises which is required. I'm sorry. So I felt that this was very good, but just one, because you said, when people ask me, make sure that you add that to, for example, saying one good example, Like recently, I was invited and I said, don't keep me into that. And finally, when I made up over there, I saw the joy of people seeing me there, because they were not certain, they were not sure. So this would have given me the idea about the trust and the hope. Understood what I'm trying to say? So just make up the speech with more clarity, so that will help us being into the message of the topic, or it will make us stay on that topic. Toastmaster Fahim, why commitment and promise? And to who? To who? To the great Toastmaster Fahim Razak. I love the way you connected yourself with commitment and promises. The areas which you hit was amazing, but I felt that you were mostly emotionally attached, because the way you started was a different platform, and then again you made yourself uh, feeling sorry, I should say, the way you started saying that we all make promises, I also made promise to keep my health agree and all my that stuff, and then you divide the commitment and promises. I really loved it. Last, but I didn't feel more into that, I should say your topic and your expression to the speech was bullseyes. Like, there was no variation or no difference. Only one thing which I felt was the end. End was like, giving hope to the audience back. I do keep a commitment, I do keep a promise, but how about having you also keeping it up? No problem if it doesn't work. At least you are on the track. Toastmaster Tabassum gave promise make for yourself, and I feel she was very short and very in 5 lines. I think she completed her speech saying that this time I will be committed to the Toastmasters and giving up speech and putting myself a better speaker, a better representation of herself to the real world, which I really loved it. Keep up that promise. Be brave to speak, because that is the only time which will help you evaluate or introspect, actually, I should say, introspect your commitments, your steps, and deliver the message what you have already shared it. Finally, a big shout out for Toastmaster topic master Mariam. She's not in the room, because the topics she selected were apt for the theme to keep it up, and I'm sure everyone was ready to think what happened when they break the promise, or they make up the commitment. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif, for such a wonderful and detailed table topic evaluation. I'm sure those feedbacks are quite helpful for all of us, and hopefully we'll make sure that we'll follow the feedback suggested by you. Now it's time for me to take reports from the facilitator. Our grammarian and word master of today's meeting is Toastmaster Abdul Rahman. So I request Toastmaster Abdul Rahman to please share your report about grammarian as your grammar report. Over to you.
Yes, I was given this task for become the grammarian for this today's meeting. I believe the grammarian is the one who note down the difficult sentences given in the speeches. Okay. So I have noted down some of the sentences.
You are required to note down the incorrect grammar sentences and suggest the correct form without mentioning the name.
Yeah, most of the sentences were correct, because mostly the speakers were DTMs, so sentence almost so sentences.
Is your report completed?
Car choose person or person choose the car.
Sorry, come again.
Car chooses the car.
You're not clearly audible.
I think voice is not coming clearly to us.
Yeah, now it's clear.
Yeah. I noted down some of the sentences like the only thing I did in my life is to arrange grocery from store.
Are you performing the listener role as well?
I'm not hearing you all clearly.
Okay. Is your grammar report completed, or would you like to say something else? Something more
No,
about grammar?
it's done.
Thank you so much. Since you mentioned that mostly all the speakers were DTM, DTM stands for do. Okay, now it's time for me to take the R counter
DTM
report.
Imran.
And
Sorry,
yes,
Imran. Toastmaster Imran, there is a problem in your mic.
okay, Abdurrahman, could you please mute your mic? Thank you so much. I'm sure now I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. So we have our counter, Toastmaster Rafat Mubin. Could we have your report? Toastmaster Arfa. Okay. So could we have the R counter report by Toastmaster Arfa?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Thank you, General Evaluator. I am happy to report that during today's meeting, none of our prepared speech speakers used words like and showing great control and confidence in their delivery. But here is my counter report. Table topic speaker Abrar Wani used one filler word. Table topic speaker Imran Rana used 3 filler words. Table topic speaker Abdur Rahman used 6 filler words. And table topic evaluator Latif Mansoor Ali also used filler words. Overall, it was a strong performance by everyone. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arfa, for your wonderful report. For listener, we have Toastmaster Rafat Mubin. So Toastmaster Rafat, could we have you as a listener? Toastmaster Rafat, are you with us? It seems like she is away from his system. So now it's time for me to evaluate the overall meeting. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today's meeting, I must say, is quite impressive, and there were so many things for learning. First of all, we have great lineup, and all the speakers were distinguished Toastmasters. One thing I learned from Toastmaster Talha's speech, we heard that a person is known by the company he keeps. Now that was old. Now the person is known by the car he keeps. So that was quite wonderful. And I really loved the speeches of DTM Sarfraz Nazir and DTM Irfan Faruqi. We had a wonderful table topic session. The table topic session was quite on the basis of theme, and I really loved the questions were asked by Toastmaster Mariam Aftab. They were quite interesting and challenging. Then we had amazing evaluations by our members, DTM Talha, DTM Irfan Faruqi, and Toastmaster Latif. Today we started on time. That's wonderful. And I'm sure that we are
Almost on.
almost on time. That's great. I wish that we could have more members to attend this wonderful learning. So overall, it was quite an impressive meeting, I must say. And the speeches, the table topics, speeches, overall table topic session and evaluations, they were spot on and quite helpful. So looking forward to more amazing meetings. With that, I would like to hand over charge back to the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran Rana. So we've learned a lot. If a person is known by the car he has, I wonder what it says about me. I have a 10.5-year-old Toyota Corolla that still runs, and I figure as long as it's running until it dies down on the motorway or highway, it's going to keep running. It gets me from point A and point B most of the time. Talking about promises and commitments. A long, long time ago, I heard a story. I don't know if this story is real or fictional. A man went to his friend's house for dinner. He noticed that whatever his friend asked his wife to do, she would say, "Yes, my love," and she would do it. Very obedient wife. And before he left, he said, "Well, my wife doesn't listen to me. I ask her to do something, and she said, 'Hey, go, you do it yourself.' What's your secret? Your wife is very obedient." And his friend said, "I killed her cat." So, okay, that's your secret. So this man goes to his house and he kills his wife's cat and he gets in trouble. Now he's in worse shape. He puts him in the doghouse. So next time he sees his friend, he said, "Hey, you said you killed your wife's cat and that's why she's so obedient. I killed my cat, my wife's cat, and now I'm in bigger trouble." His friend says, "You have to kill the cat the first day you get married." So, fellow Toastmasters, those who say, "Well, I'm busy at work, I have other commitments." If you are a new employee, you need to kill the cat, meaning let your boss know that every Wednesday you attend KTC meetings. It's like saying 5 prayers a day, and once a week you have to attend that meeting, no matter what happens, so they'll understand that, hey, on Wednesday, you have to leave on time. If you are newlywed, let your spouse and your spouse's family know every Wednesday, either in person or on my laptop, I'm going to be joining the KTC meeting. And that way, then you train them that way. So kill the cat if you have to, but do it sooner than later. Like saying that, hey, it's a new job, so I have to work late. For 1 year, you work late, then it might be too late to say, "Hey, okay, I'm going to kill the cat now." And they'll say, "No, you've been working late every day for the past 1 year. Why do you have to attend the meeting now?" I saw the post by DTM Talha. When we first joined, there were 2 and then 3. DTM Talha, Toastmaster Imran and myself. But we at one time had 13 members, and that's great. And few have dropped out. We still have 9 with us. So it's not our 20, we have 21 paid members. So almost half, 50% are there. Even though not all are paid members of the club, we have several guests that are non-KTC members, but I want to thank everyone. Toastmaster Abrar Wani, the area director and division director-elect, he joined us, he's dropped off. Toastmaster Faiza Aziz, former Toastmaster Mariam Aftar, served as table topics today. It's always a pleasure to see Rafat Mubin, Abdul Rahman, Latif Mansoor Ali, our KTC International Speech Contest champion, another champion, Fahim Razak, with us, and one of our newer members, Toastmaster Arfat Tabassum, not only joining us, but taking on facilitator roles. This was a great meeting, and now I'm going to turn the control over to our presiding officer, DTM Safraz. Thank you. Toastmaster of the day. But once again, it was a great meeting, and whenever our vote counter is ready with the votes, we'll announce the results of our best speaker, best tabletop speaker, best evaluator, best facilitator, and the best of big 4. Our next meeting, a week from today, our nominating committee will announce the nominations for the club officers for 2024-2025, which goes from July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. And then 1 week later on June the 26th, we will elections. And midnight Mountain Time, because that's where the Toastmasters International Headquarters is, Mountain Time on June 30th. I will no longer be, I guess 12:01 in the morning, I'll no longer be officially club president of KTC. I will be considered immediate past president of KTC for one year. And DTM Talha will no longer be VP, and I won't say what he will be. Someone said that he is willing to take any role, and then I sent a list of people who could be officers, and I was told that, hey, we have talked to these people, and they all say no, they have other commitments. And then I asked a question, is DTM Talha the only member of KTC who does not have any commitment, that he can serve 3 roles as 3 PPs in 3 different clubs, and he's willing to, be a chief judge when asked for, do training, be at our meeting every day, do our agenda, ask people to fulfill the roles. He must not have a life. And the person responded to me, and they thought I was serious. And I said, no, I was being sarcastic. Why, if he has time, why don't other members have time? And they said, oh, okay, we understand you're being sarcastic, because they thought I was being serious. But why he has time for commitments? Don't make any commitments to someone else. First, make a commitment to yourself. When it comes to saving money, it says the only way to save money is you give yourself money first before you pay your debts. So same thing goes with time. Dedicate time. Membership in Toastmasters is not a social, although we socialize sometimes, but it's an investment in yourself, investment in your personal and professional life. In some cases, it may not help you in your business or in your work, but I've never seen or heard of any Toastmaster out of the 3 million Toastmasters who have gone through the Toastmasters program during the last 100 years saying that, hey, I joined Toastmasters and I had problems at work. I was demoted because I'm a Toastmaster. No, people have benefited. There are people who have been promoted into leadership positions, even though they had no leadership experience. It would be simply based on Toastmasters. They said, yes, I have experience, and I've been an area director, division director, district director in Toastmasters, and that's just like being a leader in organization. I remember one district director, before she became a district director, she applied for a training job at a company. She had no training experience. There had never been a trainer in any organization. She was interviewed and she said, hey, I do not have experience as a trainer in an organization, business-wise, but I have been a trainer in Toastmasters. And she said, our Toast district has 2,000. I have trained dozens and dozens of club officers, area directors, division directors. So I do have experience as a trainer, and they hired her based on her training experience within Toastmasters. The Toastmasters has helped a number of people. So again, it's an investment in yourself. Simply joining. Sometimes the boss says, hey, our Toastmaster organization is a good organization, go join it. And people join it so they can say, hey, boss, I'm now a member of Toastmasters. But it's not going to do any good to you if you do not attend meetings and benefit from the program itself. So please let your fellow, I'm not asking you because you're already here. You already know the value of Toastmasters. So there's no need for me to preach to the choir. I'm asking you to tell your friends and friends' friends the benefits of Toastmasters and why it is important for them to attend meetings and take on roles, give speeches on a regular basis, whatever their regular schedule is. And I see that DTM Talha is now ready with the votes. So I'll now turn the control of the meeting to DTM Talha to present the results of voting.
So, yeah. So thank you so much, Mr. President. Announcing the results. Best speaker goes to myself. Thank you so much. KTC has never given so many votes to me. So sincerely grateful. Best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Latif Mansoorali. No surprises there. And best table topics today. Oh, interesting. It's a tie between Toastmaster Imran Rana and Toastmaster Irfan Faruqi. So I'm not about to break the tie because they work in the same company. So do the math. And all right. Yeah, but were it DTM Rashid, of course, as one of the people who were tied, of course, I would have declared him the winner. That would have been better for all of us. All right. Best facilitator today is weird because this is the first time that anyone, in fact, multiple people have voted for the timer. So I was a timer, but as the VP Education and with the President's permission, I would like to award it to Toastmaster Arfa Tabassum because she's taken up a role for the first time and she did it very well. Toastmaster Arfa, despite the way that she comes across, has severe confidence issues. I don't know why, but she has. So I think she deserves an award for her superb effort. And Toastmaster Arfa, we look forward to hearing you speak and or playing roles in all future meetings. Thank you so much for that. And finally, best major role player today goes to, where it was a heated battle, but ultimately it went to Toastmaster Mariam Aftab Kidwai as Table Topics Master. So she will not walk away from a meeting without an award. That's for sure. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, DTM Talha, and congratulations to all the winners. Thank you, all of you, for joining us. And the agenda says the meeting is supposed to end at 9:05 PKT. It is 9:11. It's just 6 minutes off, which is considered on time. And I'm going to end the meeting by saying, everyone, I am sitting. This is a sitting position, so I'm going to switch the camera from sitting to standing. So this is what the standing camera, so you can see me if I'm sitting. So in order to now be visible, I have to, now I'm standing. So if you see up till here, that means I'm sitting. If you see this, I'm standing. And this is the back. This is the maximum I can go back because of the wall. So unless I put a hole here in the wall, which is not possible, there's a more. So this is the best I can do from here. So
So when you're standing
Float.
so back, please try to move from right and left so that we will know you're standing or sitting.
Yes,
Don't
so what I'm going to do is from now on, see if when I first start my speech, I'll see jump up and down. So I'm not stealing something. So Toastmaster Imran Rana, you'll be pleased to know that I won't be using you as an example of sitting or standing. Now I have DTM Irfan to be the target. I'll use him as an example. Always tell him that, hey, I'm sitting. So I'll start by saying, now I'm sitting, now I'm standing. But joking aside, it's important for the speaker to move. So Toastmaster Fahim Razak, DTM Talha, and Toastmaster Imran Rana, they were at the Park Tech, where I gave the keynote, and you saw how the use of a stage. So speakers should know how to use the stage when possible. When there's some sort of in front of the camera, I know we're limited, but you can still. I've seen people, giving speeches, and they still have a body movement, but moving with a purpose, not back and forth. But even though it's a small something, so I'll keep that in mind. But the main reason for not moving at all is it gives the evaluator something to say. Hey, I didn't see you move. Wait to see how the movement takes place when I start competing in the speech contest. Then you'll see because judges have to look at that movement. I'm just kidding. Congratulations to all the speakers who placed in the contest from RKTC, Latif and Fahim, and DTM and Irfan Faruqi, who competed in Lahore. Once again, Toastmaster Arafat Tabassum, I appreciate and congratulations for taking on the role. We look forward to hearing you give speeches in the future at KDC. Once again, thank you for joining us. We'll hope to see you again next week. Until then, be safe and Allah Hafiz.